Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we'll be talking about AI powered tools that can make your job easier and also quicker as well. We've heard of artificial intelligence, how it's a breakthrough technology and how it's also enabled other technologies as well. So thanks for joining us today. My name is Hansel and this is Lillian.
Lillian.
If you've been here before, thank you so much for joining us again. Please like this video, leave a comment below. If it's your first time, welcome. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, view other ones, and leave a comment down below as well. So, Lillian.
Before I get started giving you the tools, I just want to mention that the tools we're going to be giving you today are beginner friendly. So it doesn't matter if you've started your coding journey or you started your career switch into tech. And it doesn't matter if you already have a job in tech or many years of experience in tech. These are productivity tools. So anybody, anywhere in their career will find it helpful. Secondly, disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by any of the companies. So these are tools that we've used ourselves and we found them very, very useful. And we're sharing it with you guys because what a better way to start the year. So to get started, the very first one at the top of our list, I'm sure some of you who are tech savvy might have heard about is ChatGPT. I think you've used ChatGPT for parts of your personal projects.
Yes, I use ChatGPT a lot at work.
ChatGPT is an AI-powered conversational search engine with high accuracy and streamlined answers. My first experience with ChatGPT was about 3 weeks ago, where I was looking for specific answers for a coding problem, and I just asked the question on the search bar, and I got very detailed answers. My mind was literally blown away. And ever since, I've tried to like have a tab open on my browser whilst I work so that sometimes instead of going to Google to search for an answer, I just type it into the search bar in ChatGPT and it gives me organized answers that I don't have to like read loads of pages to find. So I definitely recommend it if you are new to tech, if you're somebody who's already working in tech, if you're somebody who, you're at the stage where you're doing a lot of research or you're working on a project that have you, Googling all day long, I definitely recommend ChatGPT for you. Do you have anything to add, Hansel?
Oh yes, ChatGPT is just like imagine having someone who is more skilled than you and just having the person a chat away. So it feels very conversational. If you want to start a project, for instance, and if you're confused where to start from, you just start by typing, let's say, for example, how do I write a weather app in Node.js? And it will give you clear suggestions, examples where possible, or something like maybe regular expressions. JavaScript regular expression to get a string between two numbers, or to get a string, sorry, not two numbers, to get a string between two slashes or something. It will give you the regular expression, explain it to you, show you a sample code, an example code with comments where necessary.
And I think I once asked, how to do object-oriented programming in Python, and he gave me very detailed explanation and very detailed code examples. So if you're a beginner and you're asking JavaScript, I don't get it, HTML, I just don't get it, ChatGPT might be your nearest best friend right now. Thank you very much. So moving on to the next one, Hansel. Do you want to take this one?
Yes. So the next tool I would like to share with you is called Ponycode. Now, I use Ponycode as well, and it's another very good tool. Now, what Ponycode is it's an AI tool that helps generate unit tests for you. It doesn't matter the language you use, Python, JavaScript, or any language. Sometimes when you write functions, when you write your programs, to make your program, your software, or whatever you developed to be error-free and to be free from any kind of bugs or so, you need to write unit tests to check its quality and all that. With Ponycode, as you write the function, you just hover over it. You'll see the Ponycode pop-up will come. You just hover over it and click on it, and it will suggest very correct tests for your use case. You don't even have to do so much editing. It's not like an IntelliSense code completer, or so. It really just suggests the test with all the necessary test cases, and you just copy and paste, or you just click on it and it just creates the test for you. As simple as that. However, I'd just like to give a slight warning. When you use Ponycode, be sure to name your variables correctly because it's AI. So it does some of its work based on what it reads. For example, if you're writing a function to validate user information and your variable for email, you just name it E. Variable for user, you just name it U, and name, you just name it N. It will not give you the best, what's it called, the best tests for that function. But if you name them appropriately, user, email, blah, 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 you will see that it will give you correct tests to validate and verify if an email is really an email and all that. And very, very easy to understand as well.
Yeah, and personally, I like Ponycode and what it does. The reason is because when I first started working in tech, one of the questions I asked the first week was, who does the testing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Who does the testing? You're writing this code and you're like, oh, I'm sure this works, but who are they testing, guys? Let's move the code to
To
them
the
to
testers.
test. And one of my supervisors at the time was like, excuse me, you do the testing, you've written the code, you have to unit test it. I'm
Mhm.
like, what? So that was a rude awakening. And it was not just me. And up until now, when I interact with developers, I hear people say, I don't like writing unit tests. But you've got to write unit tests. As a good developer, you need to also know how to write tests for your code. So having having a tool that makes it easy for you to write unit tests is a lifesaver, because if you're not conversant with writing unit tests, you can spend hours and hours on ending writing tests, but also you can also spend those hours and not write tests that are actually testing the right things.
Exactly.
I've
Yeah.
seen tests, unit tests that are not really testing the feature that you've built, which defeats the whole purpose. So this is an amazing tool. If you are somebody who is learning to code, I would definitely recommend learning testing as well, because you can't avoid it. You can't
Yes.
avoid it, sorry.
Mm.
But then if you're someone who already works in tech and you already know how to do your unit tests, well, you might as well save time by
Mm.
using a tool like Ponycode.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Hansel. I like
Very
that one.
welcome.
So the next tool that I'm going to talk about is one that I really, really like for a lot of reasons. This is GitHub CoPilot. So if you haven't heard of it, you're in luck. I'm here to tell you all about it. So GitHub Copilot is also an AI powered code completion and code generation tool. And it also helps you with unit tests as well. I've had a few people use this, at work, but I also did do user research for this when it was still in beta trial and stuff like that. So my love for this has always been existing from before it became like really popular. So if you're really struggling to learn a particular programming language, it could be Python, it could be JavaScript, using GitHub Copilot, it auto completes for you and is very intelligent and learns as you code along. So, as an individual, if you use GitHub Copilot and you code for like a week or a month, it trains itself on your coding styles. So, it gets better with time. It's just mind blowing because I see people use Copilot at work and I'm like, I envy you guys. Why do I not have it on my work computer? Story for another day. Well, I definitely do have it on my personal computer. Do you have anything to add, Hansel?
Oh yeah, GitHub Copilot is just very amazing. It just shoves off those extra minutes or hours of your time you spend typing and clicking away. Yeah. So the next tool that I'll talk about is called Durable. Now, I noticed that most of the tools we've mentioned so far might seem to be only for those who write code a lot or those who do a lot of coding and all that. However, no, we have a tool for everybody here. In fact, after this tool, I will give you a case study. Then I think after the next tool, you also give a full case study again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Durable is an AI powered tool that generates websites. Yes,
Yeah.
I know that sounded boring to you, right? But surprise, surprise, it doesn't just generate websites. What it does is following modern design practices, following SEO optimization and everything, it generates the exact kind of website you need. So, for example, let's say, now this is a case study. Let's say um, someone comes to me and asks me to design a website for them for their um, business, and they tell me what their business is about. Now, I'll be very honest with you, I'm not very good with UI, but if I go to Durable and explain the type of website I want, it'll generate the website. I will look at it, only maybe change the colors based on the person's branding, colors, and all that. But the nav bar will be where how the nav bar should be. The responsiveness, everything will be correct, and it will already be SEO optimized. So looking at that framework or template or what it has generated, I can just copy out the front end, maybe add the extra specific text that are more usable for that business or whatever, and then to now write the actual other functionalities of the website, maybe any other backend features or so. If I need ideas on how to do this, I just go to ChatGPT. How do I do this? And ChatGPT will just suggest for me. Then when I start trying to code that out, instead of spending 30 minutes writing out stuff, I just type a few words and then GitHub CoPilot auto completes it. And then it all looks good, all seems to be working, but I can't imagine all the things that could go wrong. There comes Ponycode. Each function also I highlight over. Ponycode throws a number of tests to it. I run the test, see the ones that pass, see the ones that fail, see Ponycode's reasons why my function failed, modify those functions until all the test passes, and voila, in less than an hour.
Yes. Honestly, I like the fact that you have people ask questions like, I would like a website, I like to I like to blog, or
Mm,
I like to take pictures and post. I need to be able to post this picture somewhere, so I need a website
mhm.
and stuff like that. Now, imagine being able to generate your own website without necessarily need to break the bank, pay someone who is like some magical coder who will
Mm,
make a website in one day for you. Imagine
yes.
being able to do that yourself. And as a beginner, if you're trying to build your portfolio, you can definitely start with some of the no code projects and then slowly work your way into learning to actually code or build up some of the websites you've already generated using some of the tools such as Durable. All right, so the very next one, brace up for it, is Tom. The Tom app is an AI powered presentation generator. I like this one because I do quite a lot of presentation myself. When you tell people you work in tech, the first thing that comes to their mind is not presentation,
Mhm.
is maybe writing code or sitting somewhere in a dark room and dying away.
Dying.
Yeah, like developers, they don't feed well. You're
Mhm.
locked up in a room. You
Lots of
just go lots of
terminals.
terminals, lots of
Just
computers with your
mm,
glasses. But anyway, Tom helps with presentation. And this is amazing because sometimes when you've built a feature, you need to actually be able to demonstrate the feature or tell other people about this feature. If you're someone who also works as a business analyst in tech, or a project manager, or a product owner, this tool could be life changing for you because you don't have to waste time pulling slides, putting pictures, and trying to like, oh, where does this go? Where does this go? Oh my God, what am I going to do? It sets up the entire presentation for you, put pictures where pictures should be, and it's spectacular. It's not like just some random copy and paste. It's just very brilliant. So if you're someone who does a lot of public speaking, a lot of all these other speaking
mm,
engagements, or you're someone who would like to
mm,
like demonstrate
tutorials.
tutorials, demonstrate your work to people, term is the way to go. saves you time on your presentation, and you will have like an outstanding presentation PowerPoint.
Yes, and just to add to that, all these tools we've mentioned, depending on your internet connection, take less than 5 seconds to do all these. Let's just say 10 seconds as a factor of safety. But for example, Tom, you don't have to drag, copy, paste, nothing. You just tell it, I need a presentation about blockchain technology, and it just generates all the slides with the images, with the prompts, everything for you. And it's just your choice to add more details if you where you want and if you want, or just take the slide as it is and run with it. And being an AI powered tool, it also does its best to give you unique answers to each person. Yes, so
The final one, which is a bonus, this is not included in the five, is Grammarly. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about Grammarly, but if you're not already using Grammarly on your phone or your laptop or your tablet, please do, especially if you send a lot of emails or applying to jobs or you type a lot for school or for work. I definitely recommend installing Grammarly. It lets you choose your audience. It lets you choose whether you're writing for school, academic writing, or writing professionally or for business purposes. So it helps you then tune your language, your words to suit the audience, and just eliminates the entire possibility of having grammatical errors or having sentences that are too long, too short, or just doesn't make sense. So that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for joining us today.
yes,
We
thank you.
we hope that you found the video helpful.
Yes, and please, if you did find it helpful, if there are any of these tools you like or any ones you use that we might have not mentioned, please feel free to drop them in the comment below. Of course, these are not all the tools we use, but these are the ones that we crammed into today's video. Hopefully, we'll make videos of more.
Yes.
And finally, this is not a paid promotion in any way. However, if you are awesome or wonderful and you've already created your own AI tool, you're working with a company that already has, and you're looking for some promotion, we are happy to promote on this channel. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, and have a lovely, lovely week ahead. Bye bye.
Bye.